To Oliver, eating here instead of buying a steak.
Oh, is that image to me? That's scary. Hey, Woondall. Alright. I'm gonna add you guys real quickly for 3 minutes. Hopefully it's only 15 seconds, though.
함장님, 승인을 기다리는 정책이 있습니다. 모든 안건을
Let's go for an easy place. Did I push levels on any of these? I would have lost that one map if I had known this is happening. I tried the wife, her leave's gonna be good. Oh, that's done yet? Alright, as we're done on my side.
좋아.
Crack.
진입하겠다.
Yeah, with Enfield, I'm like a little excited just because it's a new game, and new games usually fun and all that, but we'll see. I'm trying not to be excited until I know if it's good. And then, or once I get my hands on it, rather. After I get my hands on it, then I'll be able to really determine whether or not it'll be fun or not. Loading is really slow. If it's fair. Yeah, we'll try and speedrun this. See how long it takes. Hopefully it won't take too long. I am starting from the very base, so it might be a hot minute until I get all the way up to 130. Let's go for a shortest route. Honestly, CZN's been Enfield's coming at a good time for people that play CZN, because even though CZN, like, Smilegate's doing their due diligence, I guess might be the best way to put it. Like, Smilegate's doing their due diligence and trying to keep players in CZN, but it's very, but like, they only do so much when they don't have much going on. And so they did add like this event, or like this short event where, or first they like increased tower, so tower's actually kind of long. I haven't done tower yet, but I'm not super interested in like showing up on stream just because the content on tower itself wasn't particularly crazy unless you're doing like a funny build or like a funny character to beat it. Besides that, like, making Chaos a bit more valuable to push, like, you need to get 130 once. And a lot of players probably won't have 130 prepared. I was gonna be pretty close if I didn't lose that one run when I was farming Spirit Capox. But obviously, like, I dropped that file. They didn't know that was going to be happening. But they're making it way cheaper to farm Chaos as well, which is obviously very nice. They're doing a lot of good things. I think, at least. And because they're making next season be a lot better with like how deck creation's supposed to be, we don't have to deal with the ugliness of like tuning other characters' decks in order to do this and that. We can just like actually make a good Chaos deck while tuning one character's deck to make sure that everything works out well. That being said, it probably is still worth removing like cards from certain characters to guarantee Epiphany procs. Because at least as far as I'm aware, like, this is probably an incorrect interpretation of how the game works. But I think the game does care about like the Epiphanies are available. Maybe it's like every card has its own chance of proccing an Epiphany, therefore deleting cards early is irrelevant. That can also be true, so until we know what the code is, it's hard to know which is just like, or what's just like placebo effects and what's actually a big difference. Also, that's interesting, they removed the percent. Why did they fix the torch then? They adjusted the text again for items. Let's see if they adjust torch. It's not a turn still. It's still wrong. Kind of funny. Well, now knowing how the game is, I think I probably am still removing some of Veronica's cards. Just because some of them are actually bad, but otherwise... Maybe I do remove the basics as well, just to thin out the deck. Too bad of an idea. And now that I'm here, the game lets me leave. Like, and I can leave here and not lose my save data, which is obviously very, very good. For people that are like grinding decks in Zero System. It's a nice update, for sure. Stay furious. Or Emu. Rocket Mythic card being bad at E0 seems like a weird choice. Yeah, I agree. It's honestly like...
내게 힘을 빌려줘.
No, I think it's just bad. I mean, there's been a few scenarios where like I don't mind it or it's good. I'm definitely never happy to play it.
코발트 급속 충전
It's like a I have to play it because otherwise I'm dead. I'd rather do anything else with my turn.
코알스키경 이거면 되겠죠.
Nice crit. One second. Is this a real person? Yuriko. Is Suchi's channel popular enough to actually have scam bots now? Maybe it is. Oh, we're speedrunning this, right? Is above fastest? Probably. Emu, were you gonna play Nights? I feel like you were lurking a lot, or like chiming in for like all the CCN content or content. Or I feel like generally you are always commenting on CCN stuff, but I think I saw you message about Arknights a single time yesterday. Obviously it's fine if you don't play, if you want to play Arknights and all that. I was just curious.
하나, 둘, 준비 완료야. 반드시 명중시킵니다.
아직 끝없는 고통.
I also wonder what other cards are really bad if you don't have the dupe amount for them, because obviously Veronica is like the most egregious one. I feel like there's more that's also really bad. I can't really think of anyone off the top of my head.
코알스키경 이거면
괜찮아. 전부 삼켜버려.
코발트 윙 대기 중.
Let's just want to sponge the hype without having to actually exert any effort. With Arknights? Oh, I see. That's an interesting way of putting it. What's the scope again? Oh, his goggles. Here. He hopes it's gonna be a good game, but I think much more me like doesn't really care. I get the feeling that AK for me is I'm unironically an AK tourist in every metric. Oh wait. Oh, I keep forgetting I'm supposed to check that card. Or that equip to see if it's resolve. I'm pretty sure it is a resolve stack. Like a permanent resolve stack, but I keep forgetting.
무서울지도 모르지만 분명 이길 테니까 하나, 둘, 준비 완료. 급속 충전 시스템 가동. 이런 게 필요했지.
It's a lot of takes to clear all the things you need to clear today on here.
3명.
Getting to the original AK, but couldn't let yourself get to the good part of the game.
써버릴 것.
Yeah,
집중.
I vibe with that heavy. I think I quit original AK like 2 weeks after release.
필요합니다.
뭘
선장님.
하면 돼?
Was
끝없는
That was useless. Maybe not probably a very exact same reason, but like, or I guess for me, like 2 weeks into AK was probably before I got all this good content. Just because like as I or I didn't have this opinion in Suji's channel before. I've definitely said on stream, but I don't know if you were there for either of them. But I'm of the opinion that like gachas do not really have, or are not real games for a very long time. So, like games like AK, games like CZN, like it takes them like at least 6 months to like really be fully fledged games. So I think I didn't actually give AK a genuine try back when I played it. It was like 2 weeks on release is like literally not enough time to be optimally like judged. Because I'm sure that AK like ended up becoming a much better game. I think AK was also one of those games that are supposed to be like much more story based than that's exact. Like I feel like it's supposed to be more story based than anything else. Like Reverse 1999 is. That's a game that like has the most horrific gameplay known to man. I had the realization like just today that like Reverse 1999 and Nikki had the exact same problems, where they both have like really boring general gameplay, at least in my opinion. But then like they have a lot of side events that like are pretty fun, but are just side grades, I guess. Like they're just like place of silence. There's like another game's gameplay. 84. Can't really tell. Excuse me. Was 84 with it? Oh no, but I think ours is the one with the. Yeah, it's impossible to tell what this card's doing. It doesn't show up on boss, it doesn't show up on status effect, it doesn't show up. Actually, it'll probably show up if I manage to play Shield and Narja, but I put it on Narja, not Veronica, so I think I messed up. Test. Really good that they cast this. This one won't be activating. So close to getting this. Well, I mean 50-50 the Mealtime activation. Hey Chase. Or Chase, I don't know if I said this to you earlier, but or I mentioned this like earlier a while ago. I only just like added 7TV as an extension. Now I can actually finally properly see like all the emotes. It only took like 6 years of being an active Twitch chatter. I mean, no, maybe like 4 or 5 years. No longer just names being typed out. He's also bad for even just for like Cal scrolling. Oh no, I did put a Veronica. So I didn't have the raw math. I'll figure it out later. I didn't bother going into the chaos because I'm just speedrunning stuff. And since I'm not being forced to maximize elites,
코발트
also the
윈,
pay attention to that
대상을
either,
집중 타격합니다.
which is
대상을
nice.
집중 조준하겠습니다. 3명 3명 하나 둘 준비 완료.
지켜줘.
이런 게 필요했지.
준비.
조준하겠습니다. 3명 코발 어떤 적이든 완벽하게 제거해드릴게요. 3명
Say like, I think the funniest part about AK is honestly the fact that like, it's, I know there's like a factory IO part, but the combat gameplay actually looks quite fleshed out. And it does pretty much look exactly like a Genshin clone, but I think the difference to me is that with, like, Arknights is making it slightly more complex by actively giving you another button to press for the combo skills. Enfield? Yeah, Enfield. I'm probably gonna play it. I don't know. I think I'll play it and then I'll figure out if I want to like try and like get in on the content hype just for like the fun of it. Maybe make a video or two because I'm probably gonna end up maining Chen, but obviously the entire issue with these gacha games is that like when you introduce yourself into that space, you like there's like so much like toxicity in there. And on one hand, I'm like kind of fine with that, but on the other hand, it's like sounds like such a pain because I'm gonna get rage baited. Until you saw how important the factory bullshit was, you don't care for base management. I heard that you can just like copy paste codes that just skip along for you. I don't know how true that is though, is the only thing, but I have heard that you can just like ignore all that. Like obviously there's aspects of the materials and all that, but like we'll see. I mean obviously I'll be playing it and I do agree that like while I'm still willing to give the game a chance, or rather I am willing to give the game a chance, right? So like I don't mind as much for right now exactly, but I can easily see myself being bothered by it in the further future. Just like be annoyed that I have to deal with base management. But I think like especially like because right now like CZN's on the low because of just because you know it's between seasons, so it's fine. But like once CZN picks back up, once like other games they care about pick back up, the base management will definitely get very annoying. Like if I manage to get a job as well, like the one entering for tomorrow, like, I'm always seeing like start like chugging along. Like, or even if I don't get this job, like even if I don't get the job and I like end up wanting to do the writing thing more diligently, having to spend time for base management in a game that I'm inherently not playing for base management will always be obnoxious. So we'll see. Like I am curious, but base management seems like something that gets very annoying very fast. Very spoiled by Limbus, yeah. That's fair. I fear no one can blame you for being spoiled by Limbus. No relics, no dupes, no nonsense. Well, oh, I see what you mean. Dupes for like characters. Yeah, that's true. Limbus really is like the perfect gacha, non-gacha game. Because I honestly, at this point, besides, ironically enough, the Arknights collab, I struggle to see Limbus as like a proper gacha game. Because like, I don't know. Like, I don't have the urge to play Limbus right now because I know it's a story-based game, and I know that like keeping up with it only really matters if I'm trying to go for characters, but the game is well balanced enough that I don't really need these strong characters, if that makes sense. So I don't know. Really active gambling at all. I have almost every character after 6 months. Yeah. So it's like obviously being like a Faust simp or Faust simp, I'm like, I would love to be a collector with Limbus, but that's kind of the issue that that's probably my issue with Limbus is that like, I guess what I could have done is I could have taken my Reverse 1999 stance and just like story skips to like catch up to do, so I could like unlock, at least like skip like maybe the first 2 or 3 cantos to like unlock access to everything so I can start doing dailies, and then play like Canto 4 and up, like so on at my own pace. Actually, you know what? I should have just played the first 3 cantos like properly like months ago, if we're being completely honest. But like that's probably the reason why I don't actively play Limbus, is because like I know it's such a story-driven game, and I know like Salem and like Suchi, the guy that I watch a lot, like all of his chatters and everyone that I talk about, like everyone that plays Limbus is always hyping up a story. So it's like, why would I ever play Limbus if I'm not playing for the story? And then like by extension, why would I play Limbus? Like why would I play that game if I want to rush through it for gacha unlocks that I just don't play? I like stomach myself into not playing, which obviously unfortunate, but just how it is, I guess, with my stance towards it.
뭘 하면 끝없는
They do feel like it's a type of game, ironic enough, where like
괜찮아.
the people that play it or recommend me to play it like are actually more happy that I am taking this like stance of not playing, if it means that I won't skip the story later on. Like that is the more preferable treatment of the game. Like they'll be sad that I'm not playing, but it's like, well, at least not story skipping. Vibe. Oh, not 20 on this. Huh? I should go for a walk tomorrow. Or I'm either going for a walk tomorrow, or I'm just immediately opening Enfield and starting. Oh no, I should go for a walk. Like, gotta be honest with myself, I don't think anyone's gonna watch my stream for Enfield if I start frame 1. I'm not gonna pretend to have that delusion. Just start my usual time, go for a walk early. I like I'm playing Enfield for the sake of being on top of it.
완벽하게 제거해드릴게요. 써버릴까?
준비된
조준하겠습니다. 대상을 집중 타격합니다. 대상을 집중 타격합니다.
I've had this stance for a while.
뭘 하면 되지? 내게
Like this one where like being a content creator is definitely not worth it.
준비됐어.
And so like this is not really that big of a, what's the word? It's not like I'm
괜찮아.
going through like a revelation or anything.
모두 삼켜.
But I think like in addition to that stance, or I guess what the revelation is in addition to that stance, is that like I didn't realize,
써버릴까요? 조준하겠습니다. 급속 충전
or rather I had to
시스템
confirm more and more just like how immature the gacha content creator sphere is.
조준하겠습니다.
And I know like myself as a person, like
코발트
I'm not like, I don't have enough, or maybe no, maybe these days I have more self-control, so maybe I'm a bit better off at the late.
반드시
At least myself like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, like I would be like in the middle of bickering and like doing drama content as well if I ended up being a big gacha content creator. And by big, I mean like 5K views tops. A video average. Like I probably would have fallen into that hole of like drama farming. Not because I want to like actually drama farm, but because because I'd be like annoyed by what people are saying, which is essentially like the like I'm supposed to get to baiting drama farming, regardless. Lift Anchor almost calls it the card that improves the dupes, so I'm not convinced it's good after dupes. It's not. Lift Anchor is trash. Because Lift Anchor is the one that increases your mana cost, right?
잘 됐어.
I don't know. Haru was pretty terribly designed in terms of card balance. Haru is really weird because she's the character that like I think has the best animations. I'm a bit biased, but I think she has like some of the best animations in the game. For like her ego skill and her mythic card and her ego skill, like those animations are really cool. But then her card designs are all like trash. It's like they can only full invest into one. Either your animations are good or your kit's broken. Because like for me, the tier list for release character animations is like Haru and then Haru at like tier 0 and then like tier 2. Like skip tier 1 entirely. Drop all the way down to tier 2 or tier 2.5 and then Cyraniel. And then like Yuki's like tier 3 and Chizuru's like tier like maybe like 2.75 or something. Kind of unfortunate. But I guess to be fair to Haru, like I hope they buff her. They probably should buff her, but to be fair to her, state of balance at least, it's like a... Did it really just eat Fire Trap? It's like a moment of like... They're probably still developing Great Rift when Haru dropped. So, I don't... Not necessarily not blame them, but I think for her specifically, it's like, oh, okay, that's why you suck. Because you're probably developed before they figure out what they're gonna do in the long run. Release banners always fall off fast, almost always. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I can't really think of any release banner units that like didn't immediately fall off. Uh-oh. Well, I guess Madoka Exedra is an exception. Yeah, Madoka Exedra. I forgot that Madoka herself was a release unit, and she's like still one of the best breakers in the game. So you're right. I guess it is definitely not always. Some of them do stay pretty broken. Oh no, my bad. Madoka was part of the release set. It was Mommy that was... I think Mommy was the first release character. And she was broken as fuck. And she's still broken. I said all that. I don't even think anyone plays Extra. Or... Actually no, a good amount of people do, but... not as many as it could have been. Quit the game, you didn't get her? That's a mood. I've been playing pretty diligently every day. But I bought the Battle Pass a few months back when Summer Mommy came out. So I've been paying for like 4 months of Battle Pass. And I think the Battle Pass is like literally the only reason why I can even collect units right now. That game is so greedy. Like, I guess it's good that I can collect most units with just Battle Pass, but it's such a whale game. Like, my god. That's the sort of game where I really need to get a job soon to continue just by spending in it. Madoka. That's my daughter. Real. I'm still missing one of Mommy's ults. One of the movies, the one where she like prints out infinite guns. I'm missing that ult still. Alright, we continue on grinding this. This is the first one done. Took me about 30 minutes. Not too bad. By the way, people were saying that this takes an hour. I mean, I know I'm not casual by any means, but yeah.
오늘도 안전하답니다.
This stuff literally takes 30 minutes if you're rushing through it. I guess I also got the events. I think with the events at non 3 times, it would have maybe taken me like 35. Maybe 40 if you're being really uncharitable with the animation timing. Yeah, that was super fast. I'd like to rest still, but the rest of these are really drop 1 level. Should I still take Narja then? I mean, I feel like it wasn't even that close, but not being able to rest is a pretty big deal. I didn't even break that entire run. Kind of funny, actually.
좋아.
I didn't realize I was blasting them so hard that I didn't get broken. With no real healer. I'm definitely breaking without rest though. Have you been watching that new anime? Yeah, I have. Strange Fake. I read the manga, but the manga is a bit like patchy. Or the site I read it on is a bit patchy. I might read the novel if I can find it online. It's so pretty, it really is. Hey Zach. I saw you followed earlier, or yesterday at some point. I was like, oh. He found me. Yeah, no, but it's so pretty. I saw a bunch of tweets about how like Strange Fake Gil Mogs like Fate Zero Gil. It's so funny. I also remember thinking back then like, wow, Gil, like I know he's supposed to be like the king, but like I remember thinking that he wasn't really attractive. And I saw him in like in Babylonia, and I saw him in a few other depictions, and I was like, he looks way better with his hair down. And I saw him in Strange Fake, his hair is more down. I'm like, okay, yeah. Still was a hair diff. Hairstyle makes the man or something. I'm really happy that I mean like, I wonder how impacted everything is, because the anime doesn't cover a lot of random details. Like, even the manga has more stuff going on. Or like, I take it back. The manga covers a lot of backstory, and the anime has skipped over a lot of backstory. I don't know how big of a deal that is. Like, I don't know if the manga or the anime is gonna retroactively, or is gonna cover backstories later on. It might, but I guess we'll have to see. Because there are a lot of interesting backstories that I was like, oh, like, that's kind of cool, actually. I didn't know that was, or I wouldn't have known that was a thing if I didn't open up the manga. Farming Narja? No, I'm just blasting through Chaos because part of last maintenance patch was there's like a weekly event where if you clear up to a certain level, you get rewards for it. So I'm just I'm not pre-farming, I'm like actively farming to 130 Chaos to get max rewards. To be honest, you only need 110, so I might stop at 110 if I'm bored. Because 130 is, I think, like, prismatic draws, which are obviously, ironically, if you're like min-maxing, that might be the most important thing to get. So, maybe I do need the 130, but yeah. Is that farmer Dex? Oh yeah, not me. I'm not Tsuchi or Coco. I honestly was not gonna stream today. Or I was thinking about not streaming today because I was gonna stream like longer tomorrow, or like stream twice tomorrow for Enfield. So I was like, you know what, like, I'm still gonna be playing Chaos Zero Nightmare for the long run, so I might as well get this done anyways, like, all that. Wondering how they fit a story about 2 Grail Wars at once into 13 episodes, but skipping content would certainly explain it. I don't think they're... The source material was not finished yet. I don't know if that's like I don't know if that's a spoiler. Actually, it's probably, I don't think it is, but I think it's a spoiler for length. So I guess if that bothers you, my bad. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know how bad it is. I don't know how bad it is to spoil that the story's not being finished in 13 episodes. Because yeah, the novel's not even done yet. So, I'm pretty sure it's like a 2-season thing, maybe even 3-season, depending on how far the novel goes. Like, well, from what I found online, I think the anime is gonna go past the manga. You care very little about spoilers? That's fair. I just wanted to make sure. Wait, this is a new mistranslation or new edit. They lost the percent on just Enforced Cube, but Bone Crusher still has it. Oh, the anti-Salem as far as spoilers go. That's fair. I know a lot of people these days, like even one of my IRLs who like, he's like barely a weeb. He like likes Naruto and everything, but he cares a lot about spoilers. So I just try and err on the side of caution, slash trying to apologize for when I do accidentally spoil. But I also don't care about spoilers. Unless it's like something that I'm like actively about to make content for. Which is not ever gonna be like a gotcha. Like I think the only time I quote unquote cared was for the Luke story. And the Luke story ended up being trash, so I should have asked not to get spoiled. What is this? Oh, what is this? What the fuck? I didn't look forward because I didn't care, or I didn't bother to. What is that? Oh, XCD Sadie. I need to add those. Whatever. So she's the king of procrastinating the Lua story. I watched I mean, you know I'm not a big fan of Wuwa. Or like I'm not a big respecter of Wuwa. But I watched a video on Reverse 1999 today. I was like talking about how good it is. Like just really glazing the shit out of Reverse 1999. And I realized like I mean like, again, not like I'm like a glazer or like a big fan of Wuwa, but I realized that's my problem with Wuwa. Is that like the story is honestly like very, very straightforward in every way possible. But I think it's like the hater, I mean yeah, I am a hater, but it's the hater in me that like watches, I don't necessarily watch, but excuse me. It's the hater in me that like sees people glaze Wuwa as this like incredible game when there are much better, like people saying that like, oh, Wuwa's like a 9 out of 10, 9.5, 10 out of 10, when like Limbus exists, when Reverse 1999 exists, when really just those two games, I think. Like maybe Arknights. And then these are like the same people that will like flame the shit out of other games for not being as good as Wuwa. But then like paint Wuwa as like a pinnacle of something. Hey Rangehog. Hello Rangehog, the EU Wonder Boy. And Heroes of the Storm. You only care when some of your actual hyperfixations? Yeah, okay, that makes total sense, yeah. Agreed. Yanni equals Twig but opposites, lol. I would like to think that me and Twig are. I mean, I know what you're getting at. Don't get like I know what you're getting at. I'm being defensive just because my point is I'm not trying to say like I like to think that I'm much more tolerable of other opinions than Twig is, or I'm much more what's the word? Not intellectual, but intelligible, if that makes sense. That's. I swear I'm better. I swear. What the fuck is this? That's an autoban. Don't ban me. I hovered it. Except for Enfield anyways, gonna take a break from Wuwa for it. Yeah. I mean, I think everyone is. Enfield's too hyped to not play. Wuwa is as engraved or is engraved as Walmart Genshin in your head, even if the game has improved a lot since release. Not that I was a big Genshin player anyways. Yeah, I think same, which is why I try to be more charitable with my, like, my roasting of it. You can play against Wuwa pre-patches out, they literally removed at least 8 buttons from every heal class.
조준하겠습니다.
뭘 하면
You wanna hear a hot take, Range Hog?
대기 중 어떤 적이든
Or a take that'll make you very unhappy?
제거해드릴게요.
I think that was inevitable. I think that was always gonna happen. I think a lot of MMORPGs are moving towards deleting buttons. I mean, even I thought WoW already did that. Oh no, it was Final Fantasy, my bad. I think Final Fantasy did that. But games are literally already trending towards removing buttons for the sake of casuals. I know that's literally what we talked about yesterday. Wait, the button stuff? I remember talking about buttons yesterday. Did we talk about buttons yesterday?
뭘 하면 되지?
I swear, I don't remember us talking about this
뭘 하면
button problem.
전부 삼켜.
14 that's not a lot? Yeah. Point just loves to hate on everything. Oh, catering towards casuals, yes. Yes, we did talk about that yesterday. That is true.
조준하겠습니다. 조준 완료. 코발트 라이트.
Tragedy. I know it's like a character, but now I see that's just how he is. Yeah, because, well, I thought a while back, I also thought, wait, this wasn't. Oh, the Shining Core I thought was unique because the mechanics of Great Rift just made all upgrades unique. This is actually a. I didn't realize this is actually like a duplicatable card. Okay, that's interesting. WoW added back a bunch of buttons after years of trying to remove buttons. Yeah, I guess it's them trying to like cater back a little bit towards the sweats. Yeah, I think it probably also was 14 that I was thinking about, not WoW in particular. I think it was like something specific with 14 that happened. Because I don't really, unsurprisingly, as Chase knows, I don't pay much attention to 14. Thank you again, Chase, for always carrying my my needs and funds in 14 during that period of when we raid together.
코발트 윙. 조준하겠습니다.
Very much
조준
appreciate
완료.
that, Arc.
코발트 라이트.
소용없다.
Those things were obtained through talents anyways. Full passive builds that were much easier to play than require buttons. We do 95% content already. Range Hog, I'm gonna lead this with I 100% agree with you. And so this is me playing Devil's Advocate.
반드시 명중.
Devil's Advocate and just me like trying to like
조준하겠습니다.
uselessly explain.
코발트 윙.
That would have never been enough for like a real casual player.
조준하겠습니다. 어떤
Like casuals, that's too hard for a casual,
해드릴게요.
for an MMORPG casual. In fact, I think that might have been too hard for a lot of active raiders at the time. Like, I think what you're saying, like, I definitely agree with you, but like, not even raiders could have handled that, because, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. Oh, less skill expression for trial players, which is fine. Unfortunately, yes, yeah. I know you know. MMORPGs that have broken down scrap for parts in the early days, they were awesome because it was one-stop shop for everything: chatting, chill, sweaty, ever-evolving world. They need to become more friend slop because that's what white people play in the current age. I agree and disagree. I agree because I do think that making it more friend slop is the correct angle. But I guess my disagreement is more on the fact that like I don't think that's what MMORPGs should try to become, because I think friend slop as a genre is already too
조준하겠습니다.
optimized.
대상을 집중 타격합니다. 대상을 집중 타격합니다.
And so that,
삼렙.
to me, that means that like there's no point in MMORPGs trying to become more friend slop, because the issue is that they're not competing with things like Peak, like Among Us, Lethal Corporation, or Lethal Company, whatever that game is. Like, there's no, like, they're literally not able to compete with that stuff, so it's like, I agree that in the short term, yes, like, they should be doing that, just to, like, stay alive as a genre, but I don't think they should trend towards more friend swap, because it's literally not a niche that you can, like, reasonably compete on. But that's my opinion. I think if they do trend towards friend swap, like, there is a reality that they refine friend swap, like a MMORPG friend swap, to a point where, like, yes, like, it is just the peak of friend swap. Like, for example, like MapleStory, like old party quests, like if you can make a MMORPG that is literally like not just like mob clearing and pack pulling, but genuinely like but actual like engaging puzzles with some raid mechanics that are casual friendly, like that is probably something that MMORPG could do. And so I guess that is actually more to your point, that maybe MMORPGs should be trending towards that. But I guess the ending point is just that I don't have faith in, or I think they will be going in that direction. They'll be going for like other ideas, when I imagine like directions of MMORPGs. I know too many people who just play MMORPGs alone after work. They chide the fact they can pace it anyway. They're very different content types within one game, which don't disappear over the years, at least in WoW from what I know. Yeah. Yeah. Like fishing, like WoW's like life skills are have always been pretty good. PvP has always been there, like even mass PvP where you can like vibe out. Like PvP is ironically, or like Battlegrounds, I feel like 40 versus 40 are ironically things that like don't require much, or like are very solo, despite being in the middle of like 80 people playing. They're never gonna be. People don't play 100 hours of WoW a week anymore. Same as the WoW player. Yeah, no, I don't. Again, I do. I do agree with you, and I think it is inevitable. Like, I think the final evolutions and gasps of life from games like, or from MMORPGs will be friend swap. But I think yeah. So like, I agree with you on that point. What I was really trying to say is that I don't agree that it should be going that direction for the better of the genre, I guess is a better way to put it. Because in the end, like, I do 100% agree that this is where we're going with those things. Like, the entire that entire genre of gaming will most likely become friend swap. And like if you know what Rapid and Steel is, like I expect more games like Rapid and Steel, but like distilled into like an MMORPG, where maybe like you have like presets of armor to play, and then the actual MMORPG part and long form progression is like cosmetics instead. And maybe that is actually a better evolution of it, because you still get the hardcore and sweats who can progress harder difficulties, while you can still have casuals like engaging in like mini fire dodging, but really they really only care about like chasing like cosmetics, transmogs, glamours, and like chilling and vibing and like doing their RP or whatever they do. And that is kind of still friend swap in the end, so Dells are insanely popular in WoW. It's purely casual solo content. Opposite, that shows many people have random group anxiety. Yeah. PvP is AI, and AI follows your dungeon? What? Oh, they did that in Targus, or the silly Legion. No, not Legion. Was it Legion? I remember that though. We got damage meters? That's crazy. Putting them out of a job. I don't feel life is real. Sorry, you're never breaking free of weak auras. that was actually the hardest part for Final Fantasy raiding for me. Was that instead of just waiting for weak auras to scream at me, I had to listen to Salem call it out. And like, if I didn't want to be bothered to learn the mechanic, I just had to wait. I was like, wait, I can't just have the computer scream out at me. I have to wait for a human to tell me to avoid it. What the fuck? I can fight this guy? I've never seen this fight actually. Yeah, fuck it, whatever. I'm curious.
쉽지 않겠는데.
This is the possessed one. This is a rare event.
하나, 둘, 준비 완료.
Someone frame one ban this guy? Oh no! I got hit! Hey Fox. Day's going well. That's so sad. PvE. Somehow got a high solo shuffle rating without knowing about weak auras, but I think I was too locked in.
코발트 윗 성냥.
Okay, but
써버릴까요? 침착하기야.
it's gonna explode, isn't it? Okay. Genuine fear for a second. Genuine fear that I was about to explode and die a horrible death. People explode. I really thought that was gonna be like an instant death scenario. I don't know why I thought that, because we definitely would have seen that in Reddit somewhere. If that was a true instant death event. I was very scared. Fox playing Enfield. Fox is only playing Enfield if JJ gives it a glowing review. From what I remember. Which I think is a fair point, because yeah. Good odds that good odds that Enfield's not for everyone. Frog. What was I gonna say though? Yeah, Range Hog. Oh, I don't know why you're surprised, Mr. Range Hog. Mr.
주진에게 급속 충전 시스템 가동.
ARAM, Superstar,
써버릴 하나.
Heroes of the Storm,
침착하게.
God King.
코발트 윙. 대기 중 성냥. 성냥. 반드시 병.
Not interested enough? Wait for Jay's opinion. Yeah.
뭘 하면
I do think that
되겠어.
Enfield's tries to a game that like you're really not missing on anything.
성냥.
As long as you start like at a reasonable pace within release, you really don't have much
뭘 하면
loss.
되지? 준비됐어.
조준하겠습니다. 성냥. 코발트 윙. 어떤 적이든 완벽하게
Also time, yeah.
제거해드릴게요.
It's a very good game for people that have not nothing better to do, but who are waiting for something better to do, aka most of us with Chaos Hero Nightmare.
조준하겠습니다.
I assume at least.
성냥. 코발트 위 성냥. 사냥의 시간이군요.
Yeah, dinner. Wait, how did dinner with friend and play all night long? I swear Zach went out to dinner yesterday. This Zach guy, I swear this Zach guy has been like constantly going out with a friend.
강화된
Am I misremembering? This Zach guy's like popular app or something? What's going on? You were skiing yesterday. But wasn't there one night where you came home somewhat drunk? Or am I thinking of someone else? I swear like a few days ago you like came home drunk. Which activities? Some of these people are actually I don't think Zach's one of them. But a lot of Suchi's viewers are, or some of Suchi's viewers are from the Down Under, so it's actually warm for them at the moment. Saturday, Friday was a birthday? Okay, yeah. This Zach guy is flexing on us. I wasn't misremembering. What the fuck? This guy's popular as fuck. Oh, Coco started streaming super late today. What the fuck?
급속 충전 시스템
From the US?
가동.
Yeah, I kind of figured from the timing. But I was just saying that for just to mess with, or not to mess, but just
코발트 윙, 어떤 적이든
pick on range hog.
완벽하게 제거해드릴게요. 선물.
How dare you assume everyone's from the northern hemisphere? You were a DJ while playing your teens and you go out regularly or else you get pressed. Yeah, that's fair.
조준하겠음 급속 충전 시스템.
Pretty big
가동.
mood. Or I think a lot of
코발트
people.
윙
I mean,
선물.
it's good that you
선물. 조준하겠습니다.
it's good that you managed to break out of the vicious cycle of just playing WoW at home all day. Because you know that's like something that, or not you know, but
뭘 하면
I think that is a
되지?
problem that a lot of people do end up running into with their like chronically online in their teen years, and then they continue to be chronically online going forward. Unless you don't play League like I did.
조준하겠습니다.
I
터뜨려주지.
코발트 윙 선물.
Range Hog might be running this topic from yesterday, but one of my friends that moved to New York recently, he was the guy that got me into League.
코발트
But
라이트.
thankfully, half thankfully and half unthankfully, my parents were like really
조준하겠습니다. 선물.
like very against me playing video games, and so that was like our main cause of fights. And when I say like they didn't only play video games, I mean like they actively went out of their way to prevent me from touching games. Like they'd like cut the internet, they'd cut the internet, they'd like constantly watch me, they even like took out the lock to my room so that they could just barge in whenever they wanted when I got a laptop.
코발트 윙.
So I mean, that good that you can see like that good that they that did or that good that did them considering where I am in life now.
코발트 윙 선물.
But
선물. 선물.
they like mellowed out a lot with their little brother and let him play whenever he wants.
진짜 코알시키죠.
But it's just like a funny
되겠죠. 반드시 명중시킵니다.
I don't know if evolution is the right word, but it's just interesting seeing how they've mellowed out with games. Because all my friends were big gamers. Like all my friends that like ranked like top 20 in high school, they went to like honors programs in their university. They like super smart guys like went to law school, have crazy jobs. Like all these people played games, and my family was convinced that like if you played games, you had a worthless life. And it took them like after I graduated to realize that like, hey, it turns out gaming for a lot of young people is just like watching TV for them, which is what I told them in the past, but they didn't want to believe me. I mean, first gen Asian parents,
오늘도
can't really blame
안전하게
them. But again, what I was trying to get earlier is that like since I got forced to not game, I ended up going out a lot like during high school, so I never had the chance to like be the person that, like sat in my room all day and like play WoW or play Maple Story all day. I ended up doing that like, or even in college, I was like still like in the grind focus. So I like have moments where I did that, but I would still go out and like meet out or meet people. I think only like even this last year when I've been unemployed, I still have gone out and like met up with friends. So that's like the only good thing about having parents that really denied you from playing games, is that your depression had to be covered by other stuff, like social activities. And I'm like, I guess somewhat obviously, I'm a like relatively naturally social person, so it worked out for me, thankfully. Still not much better, play gacha all day in your free time, but we work on it. I mean, you went out this many times in the last few weeks, like that's really good, no? Like when you go out this much, like this frequently, like even if it is like once every few months, like you went out 3 times in less than a week. I think that's really, really good. Which is why you now play too many video games. Yeah. Like kind of true, kind of not true. Because the only reason why I started playing too many video games was because of COVID, brain rot, and that's its own can of worms. Not me playing my DS as a kid, hiding under my pillow when I heard your mom walking up the stairs to check if you're asleep. So, my cousin gifted me a Game Boy Advance So, and my mom intentionally would lose it. She would intentionally put it somewhere and then forget where she put it, so then in extension I would lose the device. And so she would lose it, like I would find it occasionally, and then she'd hide it in somewhere more obscure and then intentionally forget it. So like she would constantly like, so yeah, like I like wouldn't even be able to play my I lost my only console, like not even like less than a year. Like I lost my only console permanently, like in under 4 months, because my mom was constantly just like taking it from me and intentionally losing it. And then she did the exact same thing to my little sister's DS. They bought her, like, that was my cousin giving me something, right? And then my friends, like, they knew at, like, after school and summer school, they gave me cartridges to play on an SP because they saw that I recently got an SP and they were excited for me. So they're like, oh, hey, like, I'm done with this game. You want it? And I'd be like, oh my god, thank you. They gave me Mega Man Battle Network 6. Like, that was the game I got from them. And, like, I thought it was really cool. And then my mom took that and lost it intentionally. I remember, like, screaming at her when I was little, like, how could you lose that? Like, my friend's stuff was in there. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I just forgot where it was.
역시 함장님이에요.
So, incredible time. And then, yeah, and then they bought my little sister DS. She played on it too much. She played Animal Crossing on it for, like, 2 days. And then my mom, like, I guess, like, she had a flashback of when I was little, and then she did the exact same thing. She took it, and then lost it, and then my sister found it like 5 years later, like in her cabinet, after like begging my mom for it for like a month straight. So yeah, my family was very against gaming, which is why it's very funny seeing my little brother now, who's like gaming whenever he wants, but he's burnt out of gaming because he's gamed too much in his life and all that. Sean said not too much was 2 hours a day. Our too much was over 15 minutes a day. Like I had to fight, or I had to do like extra math homework. Like my mom would buy like, my mom bought like these math workbooks, and I'd have to do like 10 pages of them to just play my first 15 minutes. And then I had to do like 20 for the next 15, and then more for the next 15, even during summer. Worked out? You never grinding anything crazy? Yeah. I mean, my cousin, my older cousin, ironically, eventually brought back MapleStory, which is probably the beginning of the end. MapleStory when you're a 6-year-old. Whew. Life ruining. Play games with the PS2 and emulator, couldn't afford much else. Yeah. Yeah, that's a mid. Yeah, I played only free games. I remember when I was very, very little. Okay. This might, like, whenever I think about my childhood, I think the gaming ban, like, might have generally been my fault, and I was too stupid to understand. But again, when I was little, like, my parents obviously against gaming, but there was a point in time where, like, I took my grandpa's credit card to, like, pay just, like, $5 for something. And then, obviously, my parents found out and like, refunded it, and then I got banned from, I think it was, like, some Pirates of the Caribbean MMORPG. Oh, no, sorry, it was Adventure Quest. I swiped for the permanent Adventure Quest, like, adventurer thing. And then I got banned because obviously they refunded it. So I think ever since then, I think my parents, they either thought they got hacked, or they knew I did it and just didn't scream at me. But I think that was probably the reason why they, like, were really against gaming, because they saw what it did to me when I was little. But, like, I don't think that's what it was, because I think if they knew it was me, they would have, like, really, like, cracked down on gaming. Yeah, my parents my family was not very rich when we were younger, or when I was younger. We're pretty well off now, but now knowing what I know, like, that must have scared the shit out of them. Like, they must have been terrified at that charge. Because I don't know if we were living that paycheck to paycheck, because they never told me. But seeing, like, even like a $15 charge back then, randomly, must have scared the shit out of them. School and college years are super social, aware. Steady, Sag. I'm assuming that's the PS2 and emulate thing. I remember, I'm from the South, so like when I was little, I forgot how old I was, but Katrina hit, and when Katrina hit was the same time. It was either Katrina or Ivan, but it was like some threatening hurricane that hit the South. And I remember the PSP came out at that time. So I remember, like, I thought by then I already knew my parents would buy me this stuff. But I remember going like, wow, I really wish I had a PSP to like play, to do anything while I have no power. Obviously PS2 and emulator are not very close to that, but yeah. They didn't really care as long as you didn't like a grade slip. That was the only time I remember them taking games away from you. My grades were always not great. I think my parents hikey gave up on me with grades, but that was mostly because of me being super rebellious with them after a while. And me being rebellious was unfortunately stemmed from them being like very strict with gaming. I was not a very good, like my little sister, amazing grades, future doctor, you know, the usual little sister, usual younger sibling thing that's super smart. My little brother, like, I don't know if you guys know what math counts is, like outside the States, but like he was in math counts, he like did stuff like in middle school, did really well. He's like an amazing swimmer, all this stuff. I think all these things come with like the fact that we moved and like had more money, but yeah, all my siblings are like very like obviously amazing in some way, and I like have nothing but social skills for my troubles when I was younger. Again, I'm not really bitter about that because I know like the financial status and like the social status we had back then. It is just funny going like, oh yeah. Because my little brother, like, he grew up with like, he's only 15. He just turned 15, so he's really young. And so obviously being like a child, he like would throw fits and rants and stuff. And one of his like main rants was like you don't know how hard my life was. How dare you like lecture me and blah blah blah. And like, and then me and my sister retorted at him so often with like you don't know, like you don't understand how good you have it. To the point where he started like pre-firing that argument with like, you guys always say you don't know how good you have it, but you don't know how bad I have it. He stopped using that because I think he's now old enough to understand the difference, but it was funny. You might start playing WoW because your dad. One of my close friends from when I was in elementary school, I think that one time I slept over at his house. I got to play WoW for the first time, and I was like, oh my god, I've heard so much about this game. I was like, I think it's like 5th grade. I played WoW for the first time, and all I did was like, I think I was like he made like he told me I could make a character, so I made a warlock, and all I did was walk around and press mortar coil. That's all I did, I think, for like 30 minutes, and I was like, damn, that was awesome. And then I didn't play WoW for the next like, unironically, like, it must have been like 15, no, not 15, like the next 10 years. So I ended up playing like after college ended because of my the Krynic. That was funny. Peak WoW gameplay as a kid? No, seriously. We're playing vanilla TBC with my dad's kid, starting playing MOP yourself. Oh man, yeah, I think I started playing in it must have been Legion. It must have been Legion. Or should have been Legion. I played... No, was it Legion? It was when you could make artifacts your weapons. So like, my first ever character was Rogue. And I remember you had to get Kingsbane. So whatever expansion artifacts were, that is Legion? Okay. So I didn't remember correctly. Yeah. Which helps you learn English. Oh yeah, I remember I used to play RuneScape when I was a kid. I remember like, again, like back when I was in the coping age and I was like trying to convince my parents that gaming had a use. I remember I learned the word fern from RuneScape. And I was like, oh my god, that's what a fern is. And I like excitedly told my parents and they're like, oh cool. Because obviously they're like heavy ESL. But obviously it wasn't good enough. As you might be able to tell from the rest of my stories. It turns out that learning the word fern from RuneScape is not good enough to let Asian parents break the belief of games being toxic. WoW helped you with vocab, knowing what subterfuge meant when you're in middle school. That's so real. Not to just play PvP. Yeah, I remember Legion being hella grindy, because that was back when Titanforge and Warforge were a thing, right? Because I think very specifically it was the expansion after Legion where they tried fixing that. But I explicitly remember like Titanforge, Warforge, like the proper way to play the game was to do everything, because you might hit the double Titan Forge Warforged and get like a super inflated eye level here. And so people are spending like hours a day doing like normal content dailies, heroic, into mythic 0, into climbing mythic keys permanently, into like, yeah. I remember that. That was a funny era. Cause yeah, I think Kai was the one that was doing all that, because Kai was the actual good gamer, and I was a tourist. Hit 21 to 2200, never hit Glad. Sad. I'm so bad at WoW PvP. I never understood how to play WoW PvP. Next expansion was that did you roll a set of passives and you know each piece of gear type feat? Yeah. But like, the reason why it was better was because it was like... It's because like, you were eventually stopped from grinding everything permanently. Instead of praying that you hit immediately, you just pray that you hit one time. Which is its own can of worms, obviously, but yeah. I remember that, because it was like, yeah, I went from like being like, oh, how often did I play 60 hours of WoW, and during that 60 hours did I hit? It turned from that into, okay, I played 20 hours of WoW, did I hit in that 20 hours? So funny, so funny. BFA was the worst of bar power. Yeah. Your passive armor is at 50% of your DPS and parse. I mean, it's in the name, borrowed powers. I don't know. I don't know what you're surprised by, Zach. It's in the name. What did you expect from a system called borrowed power? That's so funny, dear God. Actually, that reminds me. Back when BFA came out, did WoW players also bitch about the fact that the story reset? Because I know that this recent Final Fantasy MSQ, people were bitching really hard about how nerfed you were in the story. I don't know if that makes sense, but I know that Legion was like, or what happened? It was like Legion into like some other stuff where like it was like the Giga Peak. No, was it? All I know is that BFA was supposed to be like the reset. You got high in WoW PvP, but you're just short on Gladiator tokens, so you weren't hard enough. But really, you know, you just like got voice communications. Oh yeah. Polly. Kick. They use kick. Focusing. I followed him. Yeah, I cannot believe how bad. I mean, I can't believe. I can't believe how bad it was at PvP in WoW. I like such little talent in gaming, especially in like dynamic, like fast-paced gaming. It's so bad. Like all my skill in gaming is like being able to read people, and that's why I was like good at Storm Return, because people were either bad at the game, or I knew who they were. So I just fucking metagamed everyone. And since you never had to get better at Charm Return, just metagame everyone like was good enough to beat most of them, because their ego is too high to like metagame you back. Oh, better times. I for one love the level 93 Mikitako art. That's so funny, dude. MMORPG players or gamers, not MMORPG players, but gamers need to learn how to vibe out. Level 93 Mikitako sounds so legendary. That's crazy. Warrior of Light, I need your help. We're already short on food funds. Can you help us make a taco? That's how I imagine that story going. Yeah, I remember Legion being really good. I didn't finish it all out, but I remember the initial parts I really enjoyed. I think it stopped, I think I stopped at 9 hold. I might have come back later on, but I don't think I did the raids too diligently. Azareth cries out to ya, champion. They kind of reset the story after Legion, but I think BFA story was fine because they continue a lot of existing character arcs on like Shadowlands. Oh, okay, that's fair. That might have been the big difference then, because I think with Final Fantasy, I think a lot of characters got like, I think you went to a different place entirely. But BFA must have been like, yeah, it must have just like went back to your standard cast. I did not mean to enter this. Whatever.
조준하겠습니다. 3명. 써버리 하나, 둘, 준비 완료. 사냥의 시간이군요.
Wait, warrior PvP, so 3 CCs and run around and help people with DPS? Oh yeah, I know. I remember being ran down by warriors. The heroic leap, or no, like whatever the leap is, into like point and click stun, into fear, into like their massive burst mechanic, and you just have to pray that your teammate either one-shot the other mage back, or you ice blocked in time, because you can't kick any of the stuff that they're throwing out because they're warriors. Incredible. And I know it was bad because I never forgot how to adapt to that stuff. That's how I knew I was talentless. Just run away. Oh yeah, just line of sight them. Just find a pillar and start moving around. I think that's what I ended up realizing was the correct gameplay. You literally just find a pillar and just line of sight them for like 2 decades. Like line of sight them and look up for the other person, and then like if I was playing Fire Mage, just like learn how to pop my combust combo on them. Like the enemy player while I'm like running around a pillar for my life against the warrior. Probably help my other warrior like one-shot them. Keep them perma-slow, CC after they charge or lead, then they're useless. Yeah, I think I remember it was like Frost, not Frost Nova, but the other one. It was like Frost Nova to knock them backwards, and then oh no, it was whatever the knockback was into Frost Nova, and then like you'd use slow, or like you'd use like some Fire Mage spell to slow them by 50% afterwards, and then at the very end of that you'd poly them. I think is usually how it went, but I was just not good. I was not good at managing that. There's a good chance it might have been a PC diff because I had a laptop back then, and playing WoW PvP on like 10 FPS, I was not skilled enough for that stuff. Definitely not skilled enough for like 10 FPS WoW PvP. I can never keep track of everything like that. Laptop gamers unite. Yeah. My screen tearing as I try and flick towards, like, flick a 180 to, like, pop my poly back on the person. Mages have it so good. Oh, no. Again, that's how I know I was the dog shit player. Because I always abused mage or, like, some healing, like, some druid class that's peak performance. And I still couldn't figure out how to be good. That's how I knew I was trashed. I had no talent as a WoW player. Arise. Welcome back, Fox. Best people class next to Rogue. Rogue Mage's best comp. It has been for like forever. Still, I thought they nerfed. I thought I heard somewhere they nerfed one of them at some point. I could be wrong. Set Arise versus Split Arrive. Holy major spelling mistake. Okay, that one is worse than usual, I will admit. Oh my god. You get every class. I think my highest was like, I want to say my highest was probably like 1600 at most. I know that Kai tried teaching me how to play PvP, but yeah, that guy was way better, and he had much better things to do in WoW than properly teach me. Pretty sure like 1500, 1600 was my peak. which is like okay, not great by any means, but like considering how much of a dirty noob I am at PvP games, I'll take it. He made his burst speed 120% for max HP with 1 ability in August. That was a thing? Wait, I should have played in August. I would have loved that. I love Arcane Mage. I love pressing one button and see Arcane Missiles fly. Oh, but Arcane Missiles wouldn't be good in PvP. I don't think Arcane Missiles have ever been good in PvP, actually. It was just like Arcane Blast with 0 GCD and just like pop it over and over again. Yeah, it was just Arcane Barrage. Like Arcane Burst, it's like Barrage, so like, and then you watch the little swirls like pop somebody. The slow moving swirls. Played Warrior, Salt of Monk, Main, and Mob, Quit, and Shadowlands. There. Oh, Shadowlands. Not Shadowlands is okay, but that was also like COVID buff for Shadowlands, I think. That's probably why I thought it was good. Oh, it definitely was a COVID buff in Shadowlands, now that I think about it. Nice living experience. I'm a dirty story skipper. I think it, now that I think about it, I think it was a really good experience, because you just sprinted through like you sprinted through 3 zones. It's like really easy to level. That's about it, because you left after. So funny. You gotta get ready to go to dinner. Be back in 20. Sounds good. You're getting ready to go to dinner? To be back for like 5 minutes to just really go to dinner? That guy's too popular. I did an hour, yeah. So BRB, gotta get ready to go for real later. Need dinners, real. Played WoW for a week in 2010. All I remember is I had a little spider named Jeremy. That's like me with Poro Rogo. Naming Poro Rogo father immediately when I saw him. Father, why do you not pay my sub? Whatever, I'll see you in future chat later. See you later, Zach. Take your time and have fun with dinner. For every run. I'm still, oh no, I'm a little slow. Actually, I could probably beat them in 6 minutes. I wonder how this took an hour when I think about it. I know the experience is a little different because I am rushing, but I feel like this is like surprisingly fast. No, not really surprisingly, but like, isn't this like really fast? What was the hour metric from in the past? Is it like assuming that you're like on level content? I think it's only I guess Emo would be the one who would know mainly, but I don't think Emo was running hour-long runs in Lab Zero. Maybe what the metric for the hour-long run was. Because people kept like using the fact that it would take you an hour to clear Chaos being the reason why they need to accelerate the game even faster and other stuff. Which is not something I disagree with, but I'm more surprised that like it is so easy. Not easy, but like it is so like quick at the moment. Like, is it really 30 minutes of decision making going on in this game? Really not. Might be a bit risky here. I think I actually go into a boss fight like this. I think it'll be fine.
어라, 새 물건들 살아있으면 또 봐요.
This is like by far one of the strongest like generic epiphany cards. Just like one mana, 600% damage or 500% base damage with no conditions attached.
엄청 세다. 덤벼!
This girl has everything.
이런 게 필요했지.
She added wound.
포기하지
Holy,
않겠어.
Archer go crazy.
하나, 둘, 준비 완료.
급속 충전 시스템 가동. 조준하게 선명. 선명. 조준 완료. 코발트 라이트. 코발트 선명.
What's this? Another homing laser?
조준하게 선명. 코발트 선명. 거머딘 선명.
써버릴까?
조준하겠습니다. 코발트 윙. 대기 대상을 집중 타격합니다. 조준하게 선명. 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 어떤 적이든
Yay! Laser spam! Yahoo!
선명. 코발트 핫. 조준하게 선명. 선명.
I should have activated this first. That's a mistake for sure.
그걸 시킬 거예요. 이거면 되겠죠. 써버릴 베로니카에겐 꿈이 있어요.
멍하면 끝없는 고통. 괜찮아. 삼켜버려. 의지가 침잠할 때
모두 힘을 내는 거예요.
코발트 윙. 대기 조준 완료. 코발트 라이트.
Wait, I overkilled it.
선명. 선명.
Wait, I want to keep spamming buttons. What a shame.
복수하겠습니다.
I'm actually killing these in under 30 minutes. Okay, actually, you know what it is? It's Serenial. I think the fights are too fast. I have Serenial. Serenial, Veronica, Narja. I have triple DPS. So the extra 30 minutes must be because the battles themselves should be taking a lot more time. Like, unironically taking way more time. Because if I run stuff like Nia,
오늘도
Mika,
안전하답니다.
Veronica, I think that sort of team, 30 minutes or an hour is actually quite realistic. But I'm ending fights in like 3 rounds, 3 turns, with like not bad mods. Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense with why this is so much easier and faster. Let's see this event anyways. I haven't actually properly looked at the event all day. I tend to go get distracted by other stuff. Where's the event tab? What's this? Oh, it's only 120. It said on the patch 110, 130. They dropped it down to 105, 120. Okay, that's actually really nice of them. 80 and 90 is really accessible. Okay, that's good. I mean, I guess I'll just stop at 105. I think I'm 97 right now. It's not bad. Quite good, actually. Oh, this is 107. Okay. I'll do a short stream today. If it's 105, I only would have done one more run, so it's been like 2.5 hours. But 2 hours is good enough. Take it slow today. Do my Enfield stuff. Maybe at most I'll do like an offline or a 0 mic or no mic. Actually, what am I saying? If I play Enfield, I'll probably be looking at Suji's chat the entire time. Won't play Enfield, so probably won't be a stream. I'll probably just stream in the morning. Take a hour break or take a 2-hour break for lunch and then the interview, and then go back online after the interview's over. That'll probably be the plan for tomorrow. So it'll be very EU-friendly times for that. The Ego Manifestation +1. It's a very flat map. Wow. Still drinking here? I think I do.
내게 힘을 빌려줘.
제대로 된 공격이었어요. 역시 함장님이에요.
I got pinged. Oh, for the team. I asked this guy about his exit team and proceeds to just not use it. Oops, oops. Let's really lock in and see how fast we can clear this. Here's see if we can like drop it in under like 20 minutes if possible. Most to end stream faster and just to see if it's possible. I don't need to think of these. Actual flashbang. Actual flashbang.
하나, 둘, 준비 완료.
대상을 집중 타격합니다. 대상을 집중 타격합니다. 조준 완료. 코발트 라이트. 조준하게 3명.
It's spoiled. 9's out of Vanguard, Order Vanguard, Belt and Mirror, skipping for... Yeah, she'll be safe to skip. Going fast, right? Assumption, next. Well, I'm gonna do a short stream today because we'll be going into Enfield for like probably the rest of the 2 weeks. Besides like doing this weekly run. Well, even this is useless after a hot minute. Yeah, we'll see. But I'm trying to see if we can make this, if we can beat this in like around 20 minutes. For fun. Yeah, I really doubt 9's gonna be that good. I might pull 9 just because she's a waifu, because she has a big ass sword, and I'm down. Oh, I went the wrong way if I was going past. Oops. I'll have to go up there. My mistake, my mistake. Yeah, she's pretty optional for sure. Like it literally doesn't get more optional than what 9 is.
사냥의 시간이군요. 기어나라. 하나, 둘,
Why did he punch so hard?
급속 충전 시스템 가동.
셋. 침착하게.
준비됐어. 3년. 뭘 하면 내게 힘을 빌려줘.
제대로 된 공격이야.
Didn't know you're interested in infield. You seemed hesitant prior. Wonder what changed.
코발트 윙. 조준하겠어.
Yeah, me too.
준비됐어.
I don't know if that was sarcastic, but it's just because obviously before the season started, I'll answer just in case, but before this patch started, I had a lot of hope that we would have like real content in preseason, but obviously we don't. So yeah, that's why I'm playing. That's what I'm playing now. Well, that's why I'm playing Enfield, because it's not a game that I'm like super particularly interested in, but if it fills the time, it fills the time.
조준 완료.
It's dropping tonight in like a little over 4 hours, supposedly. So it's very soon actually.
코발트 3년.
Not that excited for the character lineup this season, but Chaos Game itself looks great. I agree. The arena stuff, like I know. Oh, I should not have taken this. What the fuck?
조준하겠어.
This is actually like really great now. This card.
3년.
What is it, clip?
3년. 코발트 윙. 3년.
Gotta go fast.
천자말 때.
But yeah, like the idea of getting like actual equipment that boosts cards, it's definitely a step up from the previous Chaos, in my opinion.
뭘 하면 끝없는
Because the previous Chaos was literally just like, oh, you have fancy cards,
준비.
and that was it. But this Chaos like actually has like a real like, you can visibly see the impact on your character itself through the equipment. So if this is the baseline from now on, like I'm very happy. And I've seen a lot of people complain that it's like too much RNG layers because like RNG on RNG on RNG, but as the supposed gatekeeper of casual enjoyment of the game, I think it's fine if there's too much RNG. Especially the RNG creates genuinely unique decks. Like obviously it'd suck if the RNG ends up becoming like
조준 완료.
for the wrong
코발트
card.
윙.
It'll suck if the RNG ends up being required for like Gigabits on Great Rift, but I do think there's some value in Great Rift being a bit annoying. Not like,
코발트
well,
윙.
that's not true. We all saw the headaches that existed with
조준하겠어. 대상을 집중 타격합니다.
actually I take that back. Great Rift probably should not be that much of a headache. Just because Tressa obviously was a massive pain in the ass for everyone involved.
뭘 하면
But
내게
I don't know.
힘을 빌려줘.
At least they made Zero System resettable. True. With them still have the RNG from Epiphanies and copies, it should be more or less fine, I think. Yeah, I think the little worst it could be is that it's equivalent to Tressa Epiphany farming. Cause I mean we'll see how the so I think that's the worst they can go. I don't think they'll ever be worse than the Tressa builds. I think the real question is just more like how
강력한 적입니다.
much RNG could we possibly really have?
하나, 둘, 준비 완료. 콜 시키죠. 이거면 되겠죠.
Yeah, Tressa was a unique type of hell.
단번에 터뜨려주지. 준비됐어.
머리 위를 조심하세요.
Because Tressa was get the Divine Epiphany, then get the dupes targeted, then get the equipment you needed from a bugged
힘을
event.
빌려줘.
And assuming that dupe targets and like Epiphany rerolls are a lot nicer,
대상을 집중 타격합니다.
yeah, it really comes down to the
집중. 쏴버릴까요?
it really comes down to what the equips are like. Because if the equips are like very, or I guess yeah, it depends how very the equips are. Because there is a real chance that the equips are like you have to get exactly 1 out of 24 good options, And if that's the case, then I think it is as bad as Tressa. But if it's a little more healthy than that, then it should be fine. We'll have to see. I think for me, I'm just more excited of what nonsense and gimmicky things you can do. Because in the end, like, my content until Chaos Assault comes out is always going to be the exact same thing we're doing now. I just take a bit more time and play my turns out and my decks out, and I'll just like sprint it as much as possible. But yeah, it always comes down to what fun I'm actually getting. I'm not ever gonna be a great Rift spammer, I think, in the end. It would be nice to like do great Rift well at one point, just for the sake of like having that as like a clickbait thing, but not particularly in too much care for that. Sure.
고생하셨어요. 제가 좀 도움이 되었을까요?
That looks good. That took me about 10 minutes. I am on pace for 20 minutes. Now field! Real. Now field in 4 hours-ish. Oh my gosh, I got the rat slowing me down.
급속 충전 시스템 가동.
도움이 될 거예요. 써버릴까? 집중.
코발트 선멸.
코알스키경. 이거면 되겠죠?
Ooh.
고통.
반드시 명중시킵니다.
Okay, I wasted like an actual like however long that turn was on one rat. I go for a speed run and the rat pops up.
대상을 집중 타격합니다.
That is pretty much exactly what happened. Shank the thing. Although I don't have any. I guess I don't have any sword users. Actually, it is Naruto a sword user. No, Naruto's not. Oh no, not is Naruto a melee character or? Because Veronica is a ballista, Serenial is lasers, Naruto is magic. Bruh.
저도
어린이를 조심하세요. 경기 좋죠?
Wow, that was a lot. Then the late break, so I don't get the
코발트
Oh, wait.
충전 시스템 가동.
Wait, what?
침착하게 코알스키경. 이거면 되겠죠?
뭘
I'm stupid. Youch.
소용없다.
Going a little too fast. I was gonna end my turn. I was trying to get the heal off, but I didn't count the action, so I ended up taking way more damage than I saved. Oops. Oopsies. I can't be good. Whatever. I mean like double rest thingies. 1000 HP is so low. It's fast. No idea what this does. Maybe I shouldn't skip my heal. I think the that heal might actually be important if things go wrong. Especially since I'm rushing so fast. Oh, that's really good. Oh, there's a empowered node at the end of this. That actually might kill me because of my HP values. Oh no, I can dodge it though. Perfect. Ah.
쉽지 않겠는데요.
조준하겠습니다.
Oh.
급속 충전 시스템 가동.
하나, 둘, 준비 완료.
3,
쏴버릴까요?
준비됐어. 3,
베로니카에겐 꿈이
Thank you. 4 more minutes. I don't think I'm gonna get 20 minutes on this.
코발트 대상을 집중 타격합니다. 대상을 집중 타격합니다.
핫!
3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
집중,
조준.
집중.
아,
핫!
Taking a lot of damage randomly.
뭘 하면 되지? 끝없는 코발트 어떤 적이든 완벽하게 제거해.
Not good. Definitely not great.
3,
Did I kill it? Oh well, I got a lot of veracity healing there at least, which is the point of popping in that direction. But yeah, my HP is going a little haywire. Got 3 minutes to hit 20-minute run. Oh, I have another fight though, yeah. It's probably 25 minutes then. 20 minutes is too fast. I'll say one-shot this and then one-shot the boss, which is probably possible. 2 minutes? Maybe a little over 2 minutes. I think I started my run not exactly on the 05 mark.
급속 충전 시스템 가동. 3, 코발트 위 대기 중. 3, 대상을 집중 타격합니다. 대상을 집중
Says this guy, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to
조준하겠습니다. 3,
quite get it done.
3, 코발트 윙. 3, 조준 완료. 코발트 라이트. 조준하겠습니다. 3,
역시
3,
강사님.
3, 3, 3. 코발트 위 3, 3, 3, 3.
Not quite. If I got a repost to fuel some more morale, I think that would actually would have been kill.
대응이 필요합니다, 함장님.
코발트 윙. 조준하겠습니다. 3, 어떤 적이든
Hopefully this kills.
완벽하게
I doubt it.
제거해드릴게요. 3,
Okay. Oh, it all targets him. Why is that? Oh my gosh. And more animation lag. They fail this? Okay. From a 20 down to an 18. Okay, let's see how fast we can do this one. I'll use YouTube bot to check how long it took me from like entering to here when boss dies. Can draw and see if I can't pop this immediately.
대상을 집중 타격합니다. 대상을 집중 타.
이런 게 필요했지.
Shelly?
코발트 윙 대기 중.
핫!
준비됐어. 소용없다. 3,
핫!
3,
The third. Oh. That was a really good, really bad discard for me. Oh, I'm at E1, so I actually get the full 5 value, or I get more than 5 there. If I chose to do it. Ah, I screwed. I need to cast one more card. Also a mistake. It's probably not enough to break either. I think I'm probably going over the 20 mark for sure now. At this point. If I get double laser from these two basics, there's no way of getting enough for breaking. Anyways, from all that. I think if I got one break here, I might have done it. My gear bag was all the way back here? No wonder I couldn't break. Oh my gosh, just too many. I could have done the predation one for a bit more damage. That should be it. Hello? Okay, how long did that take? I'm at 1507. So enter the chaos? I guess I can't tell on VOD. It doesn't tell me when the timer was. I'll just open Twitch itself, I guess. It took me slightly over. The chaos started at 1:36:16 VOD time. 1:36:16, and I killed it. I killed it at. I was 40 seconds over 20 minutes. 40 seconds over. So I cleared a chaos in 20 minutes and 40 seconds. So fast. This content really is. I mean, maybe that's not a joke necessarily, but it's more of me. More thinking about how people saying it was like a long task to finish these out might have been a bit over-exaggerated. But again, to be fair, I am running triple DPS comp, and so this could easily taken an hour by taking like Mika, Nia, Veronica team. It's only because these three are overtuned as fuck. These are overtuned, and the map itself is really weak. Oh, what the heck? Get hit by the ad because they looped the song too much. Alright, I mean that's a good ending. I was gonna end stream anyways here. Good time to get hit by the ad after 3 hours or after 2 hours of a loop. And 15, go here. Okay. Alright, go ahead and end stream. Thanks everyone for chatting away today. Really appreciate it. Anyone lurking? Thanks for lurking. I'll be back. I think I'll try and aim to start an Arknight stream like really early tomorrow. So if anyone's interested in like watching me play and it's up around that time for some reason, I'll probably play around like I'd say like 15, 16 hours from now. And I'll play for like 3 hours, 3-4 hours, then end stream and then play again for 3-4 hours. Just so at least like I can make a bit of content off of it. Just because, you know, there's always the like make some like just like bare minimum for a new gacha. As is obligatory for any hobbyist for YouTube. I need to make a CZN video too, just to satisfy the Smilegate overlords. So I'll probably make a video about just like my takes on the patch and the events and like do the hopium. Is that good timing? I'm about to end stream. I know you just came back. I can extend stream for a little bit. Oh yeah, I'll
절대 아니다.
hey Barrel. Gotta ask. Oh yeah, no, take your time. I was only at end stream early because it was like 2 hours and I hit the goal. Because if you didn't know, the event, this event that they did originally, it said 90, 100, 110, 130 on the patch notes, but then I looked at it here and now it's a bit lower. So I think originally the I was like budgeting this stream out to be like 3 hours to hit 110, but then I noticed it was smaller, and then I realized while I was clearing that like my runs are going super fast, so I intentionally like giga sweated this last run, and I cleared this chaos run in 20 minutes and 40 seconds from like entering to like when the last boss died. So 20-minute chaos, full chaos by the way. I was in the shower. Did you play Genshin? Never played it. That's probably the reason why you like WoW. It's all fresh games to you. I did sadly play Genshin. Didn't even bother doing this event. Oh, this event just started yesterday, so it's all good. You only have to hit level 90, but if you go like super slow like I did, Veronica, Serenial, Narja can clear these in like 20 minutes. If you go super fast and get lucky with epiphanies. Yeah, like you saying you didn't bother with this event is like kind of funny because this literally came out like maybe like 20 hours ago. Because like the patch for this would have ended like 4 hours ago yesterday, or 4 hours later yesterday. You only played HSR before CZN. That was your only other gacha you played before Wuwa. Yeah, I did say to Suchi that didn't pull Naruto to just get. Yeah, it makes sense. I did say to Suchi that like I feel like Wuwa's story is good for babies first, and it's again not really a roast because I think being a good babies first is actually a genuine compliment because it does take skill to be like it does take actual good writing to be a good introductory story, in my opinion, to like an entire like cast of games. Because if your first ever gacha game was Reverse 1999, and you weren't already like a reader, that would have been overwhelming as fuck. Like Reverse 1999 is just not a good like introductory story gacha because it assumes that you know literature or that you're into story, and it isn't very digestible if you aren't into those things. And I think Limbus is actually way better in that respect because Limbus, even from like the first chapter I read, like Limbus starts really slow with like the story beats and like the plot line, and from the vibes I get, it does properly ramp up the like the necessity to know what they're talking about and like the details, and it actually like eases you into like being invested in the characters for Limbus. It's decent. You think the characters are pretty cool and how personalized. Yeah, no. Again, like my reasoning for Wuwa being like the reason why I don't like it as much, or I don't like it, or I have a low opinion of it, is just because like I think it's like very bare bones. But despite that, like that's not even a real criticism. Like to me, the reason why I like throwing around like criticism is purely because people hype it up too much. Like if people treated Wuwa story as more of like a very strong cookie cutter, very strong very strong story but doesn't do anything amazing, then I would never be throwing around my Wuwa disdain as much as they do. It's specifically because people treat it as like a super amazing story that I'm always like, Wuwa story is not that good, blah blah blah. But I can admit like Wuwa story is like I read 2.5 and even I can tell like 2.5 is a good story. Like it's just like 2.5 just is a good story from what I read and what I skimmed. And I can even say that like knowing that even without like the larger elements like embellishing and empowering it, like it still was just an outright good story. 2.5, yeah, like I think like that is like I said in Suchi's channel, but like for me like 2.2 was 5 out of 10 at best, but 2.5 like if you want it to be good and if you really enjoy the aesthetics and like what I assume they'll add to it visually and musically and like subtly, like all the things that you literally cannot get from skimming the script on the wiki, right? Because I skimmed the script on the wiki, so therefore like I'm basing it purely off of a story, like very like a very like raw story vibe. Even with just that, I'm like, this is like pretty good for a gacha. And I know that like the music and artwork is very good. You didn't really like Carts? Yeah, I think Cart was a little. I mean, I don't know if you were there for when I was criticizing it when I posted like that gigantic chain, but Cart's story was nothing. Cartetia did nothing, or Cartetia, whatever they called her in the game. Like she really did nothing. You like Lupa and Frolova? I think that's 2.4, right? Because I think I saw that 2.4 came because I had to skip over like a MSQ storyline when I was getting a 2.5. Yeah, I can see how 2.2. I think 2.2 was like obviously like when they really got into the groove of being more being better with like visual storytelling and like music and like lining up the storyboard. Cause like I think storyboard and cutscene wise, 2.2 looked solid, which is why I think people overhyped Wuwa because artificially, not artificially, like because like with a visual novel like Wuwa, Genshin, Limbus, Limbus Company. Yeah, Limbus Company. I was like Lobotomy Corporation. No, yes, Limbus Company. Reverse 1999. Like all of these games are essentially like elevated visual novels, and so like and even like speaking for like real novels, like sometimes the real novel plot, like a classic can have a plot that's absolutely boring and like whatever, but it's because like the author's skill with like describing things and character work, like their dialogue or like the micro expressions they describe, like that can make a story a lot more elevated. And in visual novels and in games, like that's what they do. So that's why like 2.2 was like I can see why people liked it because the cutscene pacing, the like music, the framing, like that all noticeably improved from the previous that all noticeably improved from the previous patches. And also at the time, Wuwa or yeah, at the time, the only popular comparison for Wuwa would have been Hoyo games. And Hoyo games does not have good presentation besides like very specific cutscenes. Hoyo has like I maybe ZZ is different, but like in both HSR and in Genshin, there is no cutscene work. There is no like amazing like background scenes. There are no micro expressions. So that's the reason why I give Wuwa a lot of disdain because these Wuwa glazers are always like, yeah, these Genshin players think they have it all, blah blah blah. Like they always compare, they always punch super far down to Genshin, and so it's like you're glazing Wuwa for being good versus Genshin, Genshin. New Area Glider stuff, just preference. Couldn't care about Carnival and stuff. Yeah, that's fair. Honkai Glaze, my friend Glaze is Honkai Third Impact, which is apparently Hoyo's best game for story. Yeah, I think HS or Honkai Impact 3 is like their true passion child. Equates to like Dragon Ball if you like that. I can see that. I got spoiled a bit on HI3 because um Star Rails just recently finished main storyline is apparently like a carbon copy of Honkai Impact 3. And to me, like Honkai Impact 3 or Amphorius, which is a recent plot or planet for HSR, feels like it's actually like an advertisement for Honkai Impact 3, where it feels like it's a like it was decently executed in my opinion, like not that great, but it was like engaging enough when I was playing it. But it feels like if you want the true version of the story, play our other game that's actually gonna really like elaborate and emphasize the storyline in like much more detail and much more care. It's hard for me to judge the Limit story objectively since you're already so invested from the two non-gacha games. Yeah, I think you're probably pretty safe because I think even non Runa and non Lobotomy players like it. It seems like they seem like they. I think everyone that seems invested in it or has given it a try seems to only give uh Limbus Corporation or Limbus Company like actual praise. But I obviously could be wrong. Like HSR, but you can't for the gameplay. Quit in 2.0 when Power Creep got stupid. Yeah, I only started in Casterus, and Casterus obviously was like the shipped unit, so I didn't have problems with like the. I actually did. I had to play a lot of things on story mode because Casterus like really needed really good healers, and Gallagher wasn't good enough, so I had to eventually get like. I actually haven't played in like 3 months, or I haven't played since like the main story for Amphorius ended because I also agree like the gameplay is like really annoying and I already have like Exedra and Reverse 1999 for like daily upkeep story based games, and even those stories like I don't really do the story. You don't play Gacha for story. There's so many better games for story if that's what you're after. Like just like Red Dead Redemption 2. I think the difference is that like I treat gotcha games like if you play, I think you can play gotcha for story. The way I treat it is that like Red Dead Redemption is like a proper novel where if you're into it, you can sprint through it. And some people feel that they're put under the pressure to finish it, if that makes sense. So my friend brought this up. This friend I've been using for so many things, but it's a friend that like became a lawyer and introduced me to StarCraft. Like this friend was saying like the other week about how he doesn't really like playing games now because these games. Was it him? I might be confusing people, but one of my friends at TLDR was like, I really don't like playing single player games right now because like single player story based games because when for R2D2, yeah, for Red Dead Redemption 2, like it feels like I'm excited for like real like single player experiences like Red Dead Redemption. I feel like for those games, I'm not saying that you're like this or I'm not even actually I am like this myself. But when I play like a story game, single player focus game, I will like burn like the next day, week, 2 weeks to make sure I finish that game as soon as possible. Like read the story if it's a story game, experience it all. And I'm like a flawed story game player because I'll just end like I'll stop at the first ending. Like I don't care about the other endings. I'll look on YouTube for stuff. But like I feel pressured to just do it all. That's actually the reason why I'm not playing Limbus Company because I feel really pressured to binge the entire way through and just do it all in one go. And I think like with gotcha games, like with HSR, with like Limbus, assuming you're caught up with Limbus, with like a lot of these other games, you don't feel like once you're caught up, you can just like it's like a serialization at that point, right? Like you're like, oh, my web series released a new chapter this week, so let me spend 3 hours reading that chapter, and now I don't have to think about it for like the next 2 months, and then you repeat it every 2 months, and that feels like I think a lot of people enjoy that pacing because that's like a piecemeal like every 2 3 months it's like an anime season that comes out, right? You feel the opposite. You feel pressure to do story as fast as possible because of FOMO events rewards. I 1000% agree with you. I agree with you. That's why I haven't played. That's why I don't play Limbus Company. But I'm saying for like people that like maybe did the initial dump into Limbus Company that because like with games like Red Dead Redemption, obviously by now Limbus Company is probably pretty close to Red Dead Redemption 2 or the original game for like amount of time needed to catch up, right? So I think Limbus Company is like a really flawed example. So I guess Enfield's closer to what I'm talking about. But with these like long running story games, it's like a it's just like the earlier you get in on it, the easier it is to like stay in it because you're like, oh, I'm gonna get in early. I'm gonna keep up with it. I'm gonna have my theories, build on it, like a proper like web series and or chapter based thing, like book club, but games essentially. The story game is good enough to suck you in like that. That's a good thing. No. Again, I 1000% agree. It's a good thing. My point is more of just like it's like the like nerves or trepidation or like pressure of like starting the experience. Because like again, like me personally with Limbus Company, I did the first canto. I think I've heard plenty that like the first three cantos are like the tutorial essentially, and so that's why I haven't continued playing Limbus because I don't want to like I just like don't want to put myself into that scenario where like, I get really into it. Like same thing with Final Fantasy 14, where I didn't really want to play it because there's so much story in it, and I feel like I'm obligated to like burn through the story, and I just didn't feel like doing it because of that alone. So again, I get with you like the opposite with gotcha games, but yeah, you just hate what I love. You can say it. I'm so sorry, Chase. Wait, I watched Stone Ocean eventually, and then when Steel Ball Runs comes out, we'll be co-watching that separately or something. We'll watch that somewhat together. And it'll be the first gacha you play from day one. That's exciting. Yeah, I think gacha day one gachas are like really exciting, especially if they're actually well paced gacha. Because I don't like obviously there's like a lot of raw gaming experiences can beat that, but in terms of community, like there's not much that beats the community aspect of like a fresh gacha. Which is why, like, I mean, I think actually, how long have you been following Suchi? Because I'm really bad at like remembering like long term things. Because I've been following Suchi since like he like literally since like I think like he had played Shadowverse for like 2 weeks, and then dropped in because a friend recommended him because he was playing like some deck I played. Like I think that's why I like selected Suchi a lot, because Suchi is chronically unemployed, and so he's really consistent, and he plays the games that I play, so it's really easy to follow him, like do that community and like mess with them and stuff. I wish more people could play Final Fantasy 14. It's hard to recommend because it's mostly a story game for 200 plus hours with a couple of multiplayer bosses and dungeons in between. He was found him playing CZN only due to ask my new player questions. Yeah, I don't stream for nearly long enough because I'd rather just shitpost Suchi. But okay, not rather shitpost Suchi, but like I already like have a problem with like playing games like past a certain time because of the turn return. I like my streaming stamina is like just not very good because I'd rather like chill out and shitpost somebody. About a month ago. Okay, yeah, so it was a month ago. Yeah, because that's why like really like I think doing the stuff with Suchi's community will be really funny. That's why I was down to do Dragon Traveler, even though I knew he wouldn't be useful because it's just funny to shitpost him. And Sushi's being like a chill guy is like it makes it actually possible to shitpost him. Because yeah, anyone else with like a bigger ego would have gone sick of my shit so long ago, or not even like bigger ego, but like less funny to meme. Yeah. Sometimes I feel bad, but clearly I don't feel bad enough because I still do it to him very regularly. Poor guy. Hey, Juke. Poking fun at Sushi for being bad at games is always fun. Yeah, he's chill enough to know that we don't, that at least we don't mean it in like truly, or like in truly like bad intent. Although I'm sure for people lurking and coming in, it might seem that way. I've been told by a different streamer friend that I need to tone it down because that streamer, like, because of me, like, they were fine with me when they were smaller because, like, they knew I was joking, but recently, like, this streamer girl, she's been doing more Souls-like streams, and so she's gotten a lot more popular. And so, like, because I was in there shitposting her, a lot of random chatters felt empowered to also shitpost her, and so she had to ask me to stop shitposting as hard because people that she wasn't comfortable with were doing it, and I was like, oh yeah, that's actually super valid, like that's my bad. So because I feel like especially with Souls-like games, it's really really bad because of backseaters. Yes, it does. Hey, Jax. It's been a while. Are you doing well? Jax, all of your friends, by the way, like, there's this guy who, I don't know who it is anymore, but someone changed their name, like, recently. I don't know who it is, but I know it's someone in your friend group because I clicked on it, and I saw, like, Moongo and your name following them, and I was like, who is this person? But I forgot the name. You don't want people poking fun at them when they're trying a boss for the 100th time? Real. Oh. Yeah, no, like I don't actually have a problem with the changing names, but I just you don't talk to them anymore. Oh. Like that entire friend group, or just that person? You're enabling Toik, by the way. I mean, I'm down to enable Toik. Like in the end, like I know Pause was getting annoyed and like low key upset with Toik, but like, and I figured that like I should probably not enable him, but there's a certain point. The way I see Toik is that he's obviously a grown ass man with a big ass ego, right? And I am also a grown ass man with probably an equally sized ego, but I just express it in a slightly healthier way. So it's like I know I enable him, but the only way I don't enable him is if I leave the stream or I don't chat for like at least 2 weeks, like long enough that he never checks Suchi's channel ever again. Because if I only stop chatting for a few days, he's gonna eventually click in and be like, oh, I wonder if this Maliflags brand guy is joined back in. He's gonna see me chatting. He's gonna start his bullshit again, right? So it's like that's why I just freely enable him because like there's no winning. Like I like the only way he stops is if I stop, and I'm not gonna stop chatting because I like Suchi's community, and I don't consider Toik a part of his community. That person mainly, but also all of them. Oh, they just drew apart. I mean, if there's drama, like you don't need to spill or like mention it, but yeah, I'm hoping it was just growing apart. But yeah, I myself like since I stopped playing League and like other games, like I've also like obviously I still like DM and like reach out to Salem and them a lot, but like Lynx, for example, Lynx is a guy that, despite his best, like it's actually my fault with Lynx, but despite his best efforts, like I've also stopped chatting him a lot because our main connection was Final Fantasy and Eternal Returns. So yeah, a bit sad, but it has been a long time since we've all met. You're gonna ignore Toy from now on? You rage baited him too much now? Yeah, true. I mean, yeah. With Toik, it's like, again, I definitely agree that I should rage bait him less, but I think him and me naturally existing in the same space will probably never end up well. There's just no helping it. Like, I see him as a pathetic little, like a pathetic incel adjacent guy, and there's some joy in me, like there's some part of me that just wants to rage bait the shit out of somebody that I perceive to be rage bait or incel adjacent man child. All right, see you, Zach. Thanks for dropping by. See you in Suchi's chat. You miss Final Fantasy every day, but yeah, Loki drama. Yeah, that's fair. But obviously, like I said earlier, I hope you're doing well, all that. I've worked in a few of your streams, but not many of them. I'm really bad at looking in streams if I'm not like a regular chatter, honestly. But I've looked at a few of your streams, so I've seen you alive. So, but I'm happy to always talk. I'll try to make an effort more to actually yap around. I feel like especially with like online friendships, it's so easy to just like drop relationships because it's like I don't know. It's like a friendship that like, what's a good way to word this or frame this? They're always very comfortable. Like especially ones with like low drama, they're always very comfortable. But at some point your interests will like shift. And I think this is like something that's somewhat comparable to like IRL friendships, where it's like you're fantastic, beautiful, and it's all good. Yeah. But yeah, it's like I think it compares to like IRL friendships where like when you're physically near someone that you really like, you don't ever take it for granted because you know that you're gonna see each other, you know you're gonna talk to each other, you know you're gonna like interact on a regular basis. And so in gaming and with Discord online things, that's like the same community, the same shared space you have briefly. But at some point like something changes, like someone moves, you like maybe like you like move like 5 blocks over and that's enough. Maybe you do what I did, you move states. And then like now it becomes like an actual effort to like actually reach out to people and like talk to them and like make sure that like everything's in line and all that. And even now, like even as someone that's like as permanent online as I am, like I'm still terrible at that stuff. And I know it's like a two-way street and all that. And I'll never like demand that somebody does that for me because I know I'm bad with it too. But it's always like the point of regret of like, oh shit, like, and like with you obviously, like, oh shit, this guy dropped in. I should talk to him more. And then I say that and like I'll make like an effort like 4 or 5 times and maybe it'll be more consistent in the future. But there's also like a very high chance that I just like reach out and then we talk for like a week and then it's back to like another 4 months until one of us goes to another person's chat to say hi and all that, which is obviously fine. Like I know we have no bad blood. You're also not online that much. That's probably for the best. Especially if you're doing fantastic. It's actually really wholesome to know that you're doing really good. Because obviously being online, like I feel like being online while you're busy IRL is a massive privilege because that means that whatever you're doing as a job allows you to ship posts. So it's so, but it's like it's a privilege, but it's like not a necessary privilege because obviously the alternative is that you're succeeding in what you want to do and everything. Yeah, I'm happy to see that, Jax. Man, that guy really caught me right when I was gonna end stream after speedrunning that thing. That's fine though. Yeah. Comfy. I'll probably end stream here. Yeah, obviously, Jax, I'll try and it might be a week or it might be a month, but I'll try and like DM you for shits and giggles at some point, like with like a like even with just like a meme, like something low effort. And obviously, you don't have to feel pressure to like send anything back or respond or anything, but I'll find something. Yeah, Yeah, I'll probably be playing Enfield tomorrow and do the double stream thing, like a bit in the morning to just like double dip on recording and streaming, and then later in the day when people that usually drop in are free. We are watching Steel Ball Run. Good. We better be. When's the release for that, anyways? Steel Ball Run release date. I was okay skipping Stone Ocean because I hate the ending, but Steel Ball Run, no skip. Oh, it's actually really soon, March 19th. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Steel Ball Run. I also didn't like the ending that much. That's why I wasn't like feeling too guilty that we like stopped after the first season. I was like, what's that ending? Crazy shit. Yeah, I mean, I read the full thing of Steel Ball Run. I am also down to actually watch that through because that shit's a bop for sure. What the hell is this? All these are bad. Or all these are like mid for characters. Unless they're like, they look like this. Good offset. Okay. I'm ending stream and kicking everyone out. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you later. Whether it's the next time you drop in or next stream. Bye-bye.